Shobu.
Minasan yokoso. My name is Nanashi. I'm the host of the Gameplay Shinobi, and I'm here to take a second look at The Lost Planet 2. And I gotta say, this is one of my favorite games of all times. Primarily because it has a giant mechs, and who wouldn't like giant mechs? And also giant and awesome boss fights. And a very good character customization. As you can see right here, you have 5 factions to choose from, and then you can further customize your character by going into the character parts. And there's a fair amount of hats and torsos and backpacks and whatnot to choose from. On top of that, you can go on the internet and you can download special codes that allows you to unlock characters from different Capcom games, like Albert Wesker from a Resident Evil series. Now, if you're one of those people that like to have loads of guns, yeah, I'm one of them, you will find yourself at home in Lost Planet 2. Primarily because there's just something for everyone, and loads of grenades types, including regeneration grenades, revolvers, shotguns, energy swords, energy guns, even a gun sword, which is one of my favorite. You can, slash and then fire it if you want to. There are some shields that can protect your party, and devices that makes your party invisible or to show enemy locations on screen. There's one thing that makes it unfair, however, because if single player progress continues to the multiplayer, so if you're playing versus versus modes against other players and they have better gear than you because they've played campaign, then you will be at the disadvantage. But as the co-op game, this is pretty good, I would say. On top of that, you have a lot of perks to unlock, including Firepower 2, which I'm currently using, which boosts my gun damage. And there's a lot of options to customize your character, so you can express yourself in the game with different emoticons, I would say, or animations. Now, as for the connectivity, you have your standard games for Windows Live, which it still works, but for how long? It might be 1 year or 2, and then they will take it down, and maybe they release patch or not. Who knows? But I recommend playing this game with friends. If you have 3 friends, you can enjoy this game thoroughly. At heart, it's a third-person shooter with like I've mentioned before, giant mechs, and I'm currently displaying one of the boss levels, which basically you need to hijack this giant train, as you can see in the video. And guess what? You have to fire this giant cannon. Let's just call it like this, at the weak point of the giant sandworm. Which I will show you later in the video. And it requires cooperation, it requires a few people to load the shells, other people to change the direction of the turret, and so on and so forth. Unfortunately, AI members of your team are a bit dumb, and they don't really help you. They can hold their own on their own against smaller enemies, but in the boss fights, they're not very helpful, which is a shame. That's why I recommend playing this game with your friends. And in between the boss fights, you will find yourself fighting the hordes of Akrit, which is those alien creatures you see in the video. And also, from time to time, you'll fight different factions because they all try to get the thermal energy, which is like a resource, and is of the, and you know, it's a high value resource, and everyone wants to have a lot of it. There are weak points of on the enemy Akrit, and you can approach them from many different ways. You can even stick to them with your grappling hook. You can use shotguns and RPGs, or if you prefer to stay behind and snipe them, you can also do that. There's just so much to this game. There are even guns that help your teams and help your team, you know, to get more thermal energy, which is essentially your life. And you know, you can use it to get into the VS, which is like a vital suit. So giant mechs or helicopters or turrets, they all require thermal energy to use it. So you always want to have a big supply of it. Luckily, you can get it from fighting Akrit or destroying barrels. There's just a lot of it. Unless you die quite a lot, then you shouldn't be, you know, struggling for thermal energy. And here's the example of another boss, which feels a little bit different, but verticality of the area allows you to approach it from different angles. And basically, you should aim for the weak spots on the enemy, which are the orange bits. And when you shoot all of the orange bits, he will temporarily be disabled, and this is where you should shoot his head. So every boss has its gimmick. There are bosses that you can even go inside, you know, you can defeat it from the inside, which is pretty cool, and makes the, you know, it doesn't make you feel like, oh, we have to do it a specific way. If you want to go inside the boss, you can do that. If you want to fight it, you know, riding a mech, you can also do that. So there's something for everyone, and every player feels like, you know, he's or she's contributing to the general state of affairs, let's just say it like that. So it's pretty good. I still enjoy playing it. It feels a bit, you know, underrated because the story is lackluster, I would say, but it does the job. It does the job conveying the you know, the problem of this world, except you don't feel emotionally attached to the characters in the game, which for some people could be a problem. There's no problem. You know, I don't see any problem with that. It's just how it is.
Glad you're still with us. Now round up whoever's left and finish up this mission.
gate around there. You'll need to activate data posts to open it. I'll be waiting for you just beyond the gate.
Okay, thank you very much for checking out Lost Planet 2 and watching the gameplay Shinobi. Otsukaresama desu, and have a nice day. Thank you.